The second item we have is the Pana Lake water main extensions. We opened bids up on that. They came in considerably higher than the estimate due to the time that it took to get this to bidding. Overall project cost came in at almost $4 million, $3.914 million. And the deficit between the funding that's been obligated and total project cost, the city would have to come up with about $1.6 million in additional funding. We could request that from USDA, see what kind of loan grant split they could give us. Or the other option that's been discussed is, so we could go that route, award the project, or we could reject all bids, look for more favorable funding. Last year was a bit of an atypical year through EPA SRF on the water side of things, but some of those projects were awarded about 75% principal forgiveness. So I don't anticipate it being that high in the future, but it's all dependent on what the feds will get to EPA SRF program. I'd be willing to answer any questions, but those are kind of the two routes we're at with the Pana Lake water main extensions. It's either move forward with awarding the project and requesting additional funds, or essentially saying that we've got 3 other projects going right now, being the wastewater project, your lead service line projects, and your transmission main, which is your main water to town, the only water to town, and defer or reject these bids and try and get some more favorable funding.
I know when they opened up the bids, our USDA representative, she was here, and I asked her about trying to get more USDA funds, and she said it would be the end of January, but she said everything right now, there are projects going on, everything's coming in, like this one was 80% over the estimate, and she said it'd be separated, so it may be worth going another route. And as much as it came in, I'll make a motion, we reject bids and seek other alternatives in the future.
Well, by not doing it quickly, is there any further damage that we're looking at that's gonna cost us more money, or can we put this on hold without any major damage going? I may not be saying that very well.
Yeah, so there's not necessarily any damage going on right now, it's just not extending the water mains.
Okay, so we're not gonna hurt people or make it worse by waiting to try to get a better situation.
It will have to be rebid because the bids expire between now and when we'd be able to obtain additional funding. So it'd have to be rebid, and we don't know what the other funding that we'll obtain is.
Will we lose any funding by waiting?
You will lose the DCO grant and the USDA funding.
How much were those again?
It's about 1.1 in total. 1.1 million in total, but again, that's on a almost $4 million project, as opposed to if we can go to EPA SRF and get even 50%, you're looking at a much more favorable funding scenario.
And this is just for around the lake, correct? Not the water main coming to town.
Correct, and that's when I was referring to more of a prioritized project. In discussions that we've had, getting your main transmission main into town is more of a priority as opposed to extending.
Does anyone from the audience have any questions for Ben? I will entertain up to 3 minutes of discussion if there is any on this project. No? Okay. Anybody from the council further? Questions for Ben on this? Scott, you make a motion on the table?
I made a motion
Scott?
to reject.
Second? No further questions or discussion? Take a vote.
Stevens?
No.
Scott?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Garrett?
Yes.
Beeson? No. Chrysler?
Yes.
Eddie?
Yes.
That's 5 ayes, 2 nays, motion to reject bids.